What are the key Second Amendment landmark cases? Have you ever wondered how the Second Amendment has been interpreted over the years? The landmark cases that shaped its meaning are fascinating and essential for understanding individual freedoms. Let's break down some of the most significant rulings that have influenced Second Amendment rights. First, we have the case of District of Columbia versus Heller in 2008. This was a landmark decision by the Supreme Court that confirmed the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to possess firearms for lawful purposes. The ruling specifically highlighted self-defense within the home. The court struck down a Washington, D.C. law that banned handgun ownership and mandated that firearms be kept unloaded and locked. This case established that the right to bear arms is an individual right, not limited to militia service, and emphasized that self-defense is a central aspect of this right. However, the ruling also acknowledged that reasonable regulations are acceptable. Next, we look at McDonald versus City of Chicago in 2010. This case extended the protections of the Second Amendment to apply against state and local governments through the 14th Amendment. It held that the right to keep and bear arms for self-defense is fundamental and cannot be infringed by states. This decision ensured that states cannot impose laws that effectively ban handgun possession in the home, reinforcing the protection of family safety and individual rights at all levels of government. Another important case is United States versus Emerson in 2001. This case recognized that the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to bear arms but clarified that this right is subject to reasonable restrictions. The court upheld the prosecution of a man who possessed a firearm while under a restraining order. This ruling indicated that certain limits consistent with public safety and family protection are lawful, supporting responsible exercise of gun rights. Lastly, we have United States versus Miller from 1939. Although older, this case is often referenced in later decisions. The court ruled that the Second Amendment does not protect possession of weapons that do not have a reasonable relation to a well-regulated militia. This case historically supported the collective rights view but was later reinterpreted in Heller to support individual rights, especially for weapons commonly used for lawful self-defense. These landmark cases affirm the importance of the Second Amendment in protecting the safety and security of the home and family. They recognize that individuals, including women as protectors of their families, have the constitutional right to own firearms for self-defense. This legal foundation supports the role of women as responsible guardians of their households and upholds the principle that preserving family safety is a core reason for the right to bear arms. While rights are protected, reasonable regulations ensure public safety, balancing individual freedoms with societal responsibilities.